Okay, let's start. We don't have enough time, guys. So I will explain in the first half an hour, and I will listen to your questions at the end of this session. Okay. So firstly, I will explain each single question, and then you can ask anything do you want. Okay. So now don't raise your hand, please. Just listen. Listen and stay focused and pay attention to my explanation, please. It's very important. Lower your hand, all of you. Lower your hand, and you can ask anything at the end of the session. Okay, guys, if you have a problem, write on your chat box. Okay, let's start. Guys, don't raise your hand, please. I will receive your questions at the end of this session. Okay, let's start. Okay, the first question on Think Central, you may see in your account different numbers, okay, because the numbers will be different about that, okay? So that's not the same numbers, but the same question. Question number one is the same type. Okay, let's start. Firstly, let's divide 189 by 4. Okay, let's rewrite it here. 189 divided by 4. First of all, when you divide, you have to write 3 dashes up because we have 3 digits, as we all know, right? And then let's start with the 1 here. 1 divided by 4. It's very important to divide the 1 by 4. 1 by 4, okay? So 1 by 4 can't be because 1 is smaller than 4. So in this case, if you have a number smaller than 4, so you have to put up and down 0. 0 up and 0 down. And the next step, subtract. 1 minus 0 equals 1. And bring down. After subtracting, you have a to bring down. Bring down the next digit, which is 8. 8 minus 8, bring it down. So it will be 18. 18 divided by 4. So you have to search for 18 in multiplication table of 4. Let's search for it. So 4 multiplied by 1 equals 4. 4 multiplied by 2 equals 8. 4 multiplied by 3 equals 12. 4 multiplied by 4 equals 16. 4 multiplied by 5 equals 20. 20 is greater than 18, so we can't take it. So we're going to take the number before, which is 4 and 16. And we're going to put up 4, as we all know, and down 16. So 4 here and 16 up here, and subtract. 18 minus 16 equals 2, and bring down the 9. So you have to follow these steps to solve it. It's very easy, but you have to keep in your mind these steps. So 9, put it down. So 29 divided by 4. Let's search for 29 multiplication table of 4. Okay. So 4 multiplied by 6 equals 24. 4 multiplied by 7 equals 28. 4 multiplied by 8 equals 32. 32 is greater than 29, so we can take 32 as well. So let's take 7 and 28. So let's put it up 7 and down 28. So it will be 7 up here and 28 down, and subtract, it will be 1. Is there any number up here to bring it down? There is no number, right? So we have finished here because we filled all the dashes up here. We have 3 dashes and we filled it with 3 digits. And 0 on the left has no meaning, so we can cancel it. So our answer will be 47, as you see here. And the one here is called the remainder, as we all know. So it will be 47, and the remainder is 1. That's the first one. Okay. Let's see the next one. Okay, the same thing. We're gonna divide. By the way, guys, I will distribute the certificate of Kahoot at the end of this session, okay? So stay tuned. At the end of the session, we're gonna distribute the certificate of the winners of Kahoot. So we have here 454 divided by 3. Let's divide it. Let's rewrite it here. And we have 3 dashes up here. And then let's try 4 divided by 3. 4 divided by 3. 4 is greater than 3, right? So what we're going to do? We're going to search for 4 in multiplication table of 3. So 3 multiplied by 1 equals 3. 3 multiplied by 2 equals 6. We can't take 6 because 6 is greater than 24. So we're gonna bring that up 1 and down 3. So up 1 here and down 3 and subtract. 4 minus 3 equals 1, and bring down the 5. It will be 15. And then 15 divided by 3. Let's continue multiplying by 3. Equals 9. 3 by 4 equals 12. 3 by 5 equals 15. 3 by 6 equals 18. So 18 is greater than, and we have 15 here. So let's write 15 or 5 up here and 15 down. So up 5 and down 15. And then subtract. So it will be 0. And then bring down the 4. So now 4 divided by 3. As we all know, we have 1 here and we have 3. So let's put 1 up here and down 3 and subtract. 4 minus 3 equals 1. Now we have our answer is 151 and our remainder is 1. So let's write it here. 151 and the remainder is 1. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, let's divide again. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna divide it using the long division. 769 divided by 4. So let's write 3 dashes up here. 1, 2, 3. And let's try to divide 7 by 4. So every time start with the last digit here, which is 7. So we have to write the multiplication table of 4 to search for 7. Okay, so 4 multiplied by 1 equals 4. 4 multiplied by 2 equals 8. 8 is greater than 7, so we can't take it. So we're going to take 1 and 4. So let's write up 1 and down 4. So 1 up here and 4, and subtract. 7 minus 4 equals 3, and bring down the 6. So it will be 36. So let's search for 36 in multiplication table of 4. Of course, we all know that 4 multiplied by 9 equals 36. So we're going to put 9 up and 36 down. So 9 up and 36 down. And subtract. So 36 minus 36 equals 0. And after that, bring down the 9. Okay, I have a rule in here, because this will be 96. So it's my mistake here, so it will be here 9, and the same answer will be here. And then it will be 3. This will be 3. And bring down the 9, the 6. So 36 divided by 4 equals 9 again. And 36, it will be minus 0. So our answer will be 199. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, now, is 4 a factor of 24 or not? Okay, let's ask ourselves, is 24 a multiplication table of 4? If 24 a multiplication table of 4, so it will be yes, 4 is a factor of 24. So it will be is. So 4 is a factor of 24. It's very simple. If the number in the multiplication table of 4, so it will be a factor of 4. Okay, the next one. Is 3 a factor of 24? Let's see. Is 24 in multiplication table of 3? Yes, we have 3 multiplied by 8 equals 24, right? So 24 in multiplication table of 3. We have another way to know that the number is divisible by 3 or not. We have 24, right? So if you want to check if the number is divisible by 3, add its digits. Follow the rule of 3. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. And 6 in multiplication table of 3. So yes or no? Of course it will be yes. Okay, the next one. Is 5 a factor of 21 or not? Okay, how can we know that the number is factor of 21 or of 5 or not? As we all know from the rule of 5, any number divisible by 5 if it starts with 0 or 5. Like what? Like 50, 80, 75, 25, 30, 90, 150, 20, and so on. Any number starts with 0 or 5 in the ones place is a multiple of 5. And 5, of course, is a factor of it. So let's see 21. Is 21 starts with 0 or 5 in the ones place? Of course not. So we can say 5 is not a factor of 21. So the answer here is no. Okay, let's see the next one. Is 6 a factor of 6? We all know that we have a very important note that any number is a factor and multiple of itself, right? Any number is a factor and a multiple of itself. So 6 is a factor of 6, of course, yes. So it will be yes. Okay, is 24 a multiple of 6? So let's think about it. How can we know that the number is a multiple of 6? Okay, let's check if it's a multiple of 2 and 3 together. If it's a multiple of 2 and 3 together, so it will be a multiple of 6 as well. So let's check. 24, are you a multiple of 2 and 3? So it will be multiple of 2 because we have in the ones place 4. And any number starts with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. It will be divisible by 2. All even numbers are divisible by 2, and we all know that. So it will be divisible by 2. So it works with 2. What about 3? How can we know that the number is divisible by 3? We're going to add its digits. So 24, if you add its digits, it will be 2 plus 4 equals 6. So 6 in multiplication table of 3. So it works with 3 as well. So if it works with 2 and 3 together, so it will work with 6 as well. So 24 a multiple of is a multiple of 6. So it will be yes here. Okay, let's move to the next question. Now, is 4 a multiple of 2? Yes or no? Okay, let's see. Is 4 an even number or not? 4 is an even number, right? And we all know that all even numbers are divisible by 2, and all even numbers are multiple of 2. So 4 is a multiple of 2. So the answer here is yes. You have to keep the divisibility rules, guys. So important to keep it in your mind. Okay. Question number 10. Okay, is 36 a multiple of 4? Let's see. Let's check. Is 36 a multiplication table of 4? Yes, because we have 4 multiplied by 9 equal 36, right? So it will be yes. because 4 multiplied by 9 equals 36. So it will be yes, 36 is a 4. Okay, question number 11. Tell whether 79 is a prime number or a composite number. How can we know that the number is composite or prime? So you have to check it with 2, 3, 5, 7. If it works with only one number from these numbers, so it will be composite. If it doesn't work with all numbers, so it will be prime. Okay, let's see number 79. Firstly, check it with 2. If we have an even number in the ones place, we have 9 in the ones place, and 9 is an odd number, so it doesn't work with 2. That's the first one. Okay, what about 3? If we want to know if the number is divisible by 3 or not, you have to add its digits. Let's add its digits here. So 7 plus 9 equals 16. Is 16 a multiplication table of 3? Of course not. So doesn't work with 3 as well. Is it work with 5? Is there any 0 or 5 in the ones place? Of course not. So it doesn't work with 5. What about 7? We have any number multiplied by 7 gives us 79. There is no number multiplied by 7 gives us 79 because 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 10 equals 70. 7 multiplied by 11 equals 77. So there is no number multiplied by 7 gives us 79. So in this case, it doesn't work with all numbers. So in this case will be prime, because all of this doesn't work with 79. So our answer is prime number. So 79 is a prime number. So you have to try it with all these numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7. You have to keep these numbers in your mind. Okay. Okay, guys, this class, this Zoom session will end in 10 minutes. Rejoin me with the same link, okay? With the same link. Rejoin me, okay? Okay, let's try number 12. Okay, tell whether 39 is prime or composite, the same thing. We have 39, and let's try it with 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, let's see. Can we divide it by 2? Of course not, because we have 9 in the ones place, and 9 is an odd number, so we can't divide it by 2. Can we divide it by 3? Let's add them together. So we have 3 plus 9 equals 12. So 12 is a multiplication table of 3. So we can divide it by 3. So in this case, we don't have to continue with 5 and 7. So in this case, will be composite. Okay, let's try the next one. Guys, by the way, I will send the answers of this via WhatsApp, okay? If you miss anything, you will find it via WhatsApp. Okay, so tell whether 37 is prime or composite. Let's see. 37. Okay, let's try it with 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, first of all, 37, we have 7 in the ones place, so we can't divide it by 2. Okay, what about 3? Let's add them together. So 3 plus 7 equals 10. We can't divide it by 3 because 10 is not in multiplication table of 3. And there is no 5 in the ones place, 5 or 0 in the ones place, so we can't divide it by 5. And in the multiplication table of 7, there is no number multiplied by 7 gives us 37. So we can't divide it by 7 as well. So we can't divide it by all numbers, so it will be prime. Okay, let's see the next question. Tell whether 12 is prime or composite, the same thing. We have 12. Okay, let's try it with 2, 3, 5, 7. We have 2 in the ones place, and 2 is an even number, so it will work with 2. So it will be composite. You don't have to continue with 3, 5, 7. Okay. Okay, what about the next one? Enter 4 over 8 in simplest form. What the meaning of simplest form? Simplest form means you have to divide up and down with a number to get it in the simplest form. So let's rewrite the fraction here. 4 over 8. The first question you have to ask yourself, if we have 8 or we have the denominator, let's ask the denominator. Are you in multiplication table of 4 or not? Are you in multiplication table of 4 or not? Of course, 8 in multiplication table of 4. So if the big number in multiplication table of the small number, so you have to divide by the small number, which is 4 in this case. So we're going to divide by 4. So 4 by 4, any number divided by itself equals 1, as we all know. And divide by 4, what number multiplied by 4 gives us 8? 2 by 4 equals 8. So 8 divided by 4 equals 2. So the simplest form for 4 over 8 will be 1 over 2. Okay. What about question 16? Enter 15 over 18 in simplest form. Okay, let's rewrite it. 15 over 18. Okay, we have big numbers here, right? So let's ask 18 and 15. Is 18 or are 18 and 15 in the same table? In which table? 18 and 15. Let's think about it. 18 and 15 in which table? Table 3, right? So because 15 and 18 in table 3. So we're going to divide up and down by 3. So it will be 18, 15 divided by 3 equals 5, and 18 divided by 3 equals 6. So it will be 5 over 6. That's the simplest form. Okay. Next one. Enter 16 over 20 in simplest form. Let's write it here. 16 over 20. Okay, let's ask 20 and 16 in which table? Okay, someone will ask me, we have two tables. We have table 2 and table 4. because 16 and 20 in table 2, both of them in table 2, and both of them in table 4. So what we're going to divide here, which table we're going to choose? If we have two tables like that, so you have to choose the big table to divide into, okay? So we're going to choose the big table, which is 4. So we're going to divide by 4 up and down, okay? So 16 divided by 4 equals 4, and 20 divided by 4 equals 5. So that's our simplest form. So if you have two tables includes both numbers, and you have to take the biggest table. So in this case, we have 2 and 4, and you have to choose table 4. You have to keep your timetable well, guys. Okay? Okay. Question 18. We have 1 minute left in this Zoom meeting. So I will open another meeting and you'll join me in this meeting, okay? With the same link, again, with the same link. Okay, now enter 5 over 15 in simplest form. Okay, let's see. 5 over 15. Let's ask the big number, which is 15. Are you in multiplication table of 5? Yes, I am in multiplication table of 5. So we're going to divide by 5 up, by 5 down equals 1 over 3. And that's our answer. 1 over 3. That's the simplest form. Okay, guys, let's start. Now, enter the pair of fractions as a pair of fraction with a common denominator. Okay, so we're gonna write this in a common denominator. Okay, as we all know that if we have 1 over 4 and 1 over 3, and we want to write it an equivalent fraction with a common denominator. Let's ask the big number first. Where is the big denominator? The big denominator is 4. Let's ask it, are you in multiplication table of 3 or not? So 4 is not in multiplication table of 3, right? So what we're going to do in this case, you have to make scissors. Okay, guys? Okay, so firstly, you have to multiply down. So it will be 12 and repeat 12 up and down, or repeat 12 in both fractions. And then write the scissors. So let's multiply 3 by 1 equals 3, and 4 by 1 equals 4. So that's our fraction. That's our equivalent fraction. So our answer here will be 3 over 12 and 4 over 12. Okay. Let's move to question number 20. Okay, enter the pair of fractions as a pair of fractions with a common denominator. We have 7 over 9 and 16 over 18. Now, We have 9 and 18. So we have 18 is the biggest denominator. So what we're going to do in this case, you have to ask the biggest denominator, are you in multiplication table of the small number or not? Of course, 18 in multiplication table of 9. So what we're going to do here, you have to change the 9 into 18. So put the 18 as the same, and let's multiply 9 by a number to get 18. What multiplied by 9 gives us 18? Of course, 9 multiplied by 2. So as we did down, we all know that you have to multiply by 2 up. So 7 multiplied by 2, it becomes 14, and 9 multiplied by 2 equals 18. And put this fraction as the same. So we have here an equivalent fractions here. So the common denominator will be 18 and the equivalent fractions will be 14 over 18 and 16 over 18. 14 over 18 and 16 over 18. Okay. Okay, 21. Okay, compare. Let's compare between two fractions, 1 over 2 and 3 over 4. Okay, let's make scissors. To compare between any two fractions, you have to make scissors, as you see here. So let's multiply 4 by 1 equals 4, and 2 by 3 equals 6. So which is greater, 4 or 6? Of course, 6 is greater. So we're gonna choose this one. Okay, what about 22? Okay, we have 4 over 10 and 1 over 2. Let's multiply. 10 by 1 and 2 by 4. 10 by 1 equals 2, and 10 and 2 by 4 equals 8. Of course, 10 is greater than 8. So let's write here greater than. Okay. The same thing. We're gonna write here 5 over 6 and 1 over 5. And let's do scissors. So it will be 6 multiplied by 1 equals 6, and 5 multiplied by 5 equals 25. So of course 25 is greater than 6. So we're gonna choose this one. As I said before, guys, this model answer, I will send it via WhatsApp, okay? If you missed anything, you will find it on WhatsApp because we don't have enough time, so faster, please. If you want to write it faster, okay? Okay, so we have 1 over 3 and 11 over 12. Now, let's make scissors. 3 multiplied by 11 equals 33, and 12 multiplied by 1 equals 12. So of course 33 is greater than 12. Okay, let's write it. Okay, let's compare again. 2 over 4 and 2 over 6. Okay, let's see here. 6 multiplied by 2 equals 12, and 4 multiplied by 2 equals 8. So 12 is greater than 8. So let's try this one. Okay, pay attention to the next one. It's very important. Okay, enter the fractions in order from least to greatest. So we're gonna choose the least fraction to the greatest fraction. How can we know? Okay, as we learned before, let's look to the biggest denominator. The biggest denominator here is 10, right? So let's change all the denominators to become 10. Okay, so 2 over 5, let's rewrite here, and the 9 over 10, and 1 over 2. And the biggest denominator, as you see, 10. Let's multiply 5 to become 10. What multiplied by 5 gives us 10? Of course, 2. So as we did down, we do the same up. And 2 multiplied by what gives us 10? Multiplied by 5. So let's multiply by 5 up. So let's write our common denominator as we learned before. So 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4 over 5 multiplied by 2 equals 10. And 9 over 10 with as the same. And 1 multiplied by 5 equals 5. And 2 multiplied by 5 equals 10. Now, the next step, you have to arrange it. Okay, let's arrange it. So where is the least one? The smallest one. The least one is 4 over 10. So let's write it here. And then 5 over 10. And the last one, 9 over 10. Okay, now for the last step, let's write the original. Okay, what is the original of these fractions? So we have 4 over 10, the same 4 over 10, it will be 2 over 5. So let's write it in the first. And the next one, 5 over 10. It's 5 over 10, it will be 1 over 2. And the last one, 9 over 10, 9 over 10, the same 9 over 10. So that's our answer. 2 over 5, and then 1 over 2, and then 9 over 10. So that's the answer. Okay, let's have the last question, and then you can talk to me after this question. Okay, you can ask anything you want. Okay, but shortly, get it directly. Don't talk too much. Okay, just tell me about your question. Okay. Okay, the last one. Let's write in order again. Enter the fraction in order from least to greatest again. So let's have the biggest denominator is 12, and we have another 12. So let's change 4 to be 12. Okay, let's rewrite it here. 3 over 4, 4 over 12. Guys, prepare your questions. If you need to write it down to ask me directly, because we don't have enough time today. Okay, so we have 12 and we have 12. So you have to write 4 as 12. Okay, so we're gonna multiply by 3 because 4 multiplied by 3 equals 12. Okay, so the first step, the common denominator. So 3 multiplied by 4 equals 12 and 3 multiplied by 3 equals 9. And put the 4 over 12 as the same and 3 over 12 as the same. And then let's arrange. So the smallest one is 3, start with it, and then 4 over 12, and then 9 over 12. And the last step, the original. Okay, let's follow this. Wait a minute because my laptop is lagging. Okay, it's okay now. Okay, let's see. We have 3 over 12, 3 over 12, 3 over 12. So it will be 3 over 12, the same one, 3 over 12. And then 4 over 12, 4 over 12, 4 over 12. So it will be the same again. And the last one, 9 over 12, 9 over 12, it will be 3 over 4. So that's our answer. So let's write it here, 3 over 12 and 4 over 12 and 3 over 4. Okay, so that's our answer. Okay guys, prepare your questions. I will have your question. If you want anything, raise your hand through Zoom application. Okay? I can't see you without raising your hand through Zoom application. Do you understand that?